A lot of people think that cell therapy is something really far away. So here, we're going to talk about the accessibility of cell therapy. The industry is facing several obstacles to the popularization of cell therapy. One of them is manufacturing scale. This involves scaling up and scaling out. Scaling up means producing more product cells throughout different stages. This can be done through automation, which can reduce human error and technical variability. Scaling out means increasing production lines and hence producing more product cells. Another problem is the affordability. Due to the relatively high cost, not all patients can afford this treatment. Moreover, there are different regulations across countries and they constantly change. It is important to comply with the latest regulations. Lastly, there are technical issues, such as the use of different types of cells, like induced pluripotent stem cells. There are also different techniques involved in using autologous versus allogeneic cells. Autologous cells are those that are found in the patient's own body, while allogeneic stem cells are those from donors. Some example pain points include cell expansion. It is a really time-consuming process. The production cost is high and the outcome is very unpredictable. Different technologies are required for different cell types. Furthermore, a lot of QC tests will be required, making the process very labor-intensive and time-consuming. Here is a table showing different brands or products in the market and how much they cost. Of course, this is a very rough number, but we can see that microfracture, that means the traditional surgery, is still one of the cheapest options in the market right now. Since the cost is so high, sometimes patients have to rely on reimbursement in order to have the treatment. In the UK, some CAR T-cell therapies are fully reimbursable after cost-effectiveness assessment. Manufacturers can also negotiate an agreement with the government to allow reimbursements for research purposes. There will be shared risks by linking price to drug's performance, or a financial agreement to control the budget impact. Or the patient can also apply for a patient access scheme and have discounts. Next, in Germany, there is an outcome-based reimbursement for cell therapy. And since 2022, there is reimbursement for MACI for symptomatic cartilage damage. Here is a glimpse of the reimbursement status in different countries in EU. In Italy, their government pays at 3 installments depending on the patient's outcomes. And in the States, some CAR T therapies are covered by CMS with outcome-based payment for Kymriah. Medicare does not cover cartilage stem cell therapy because of the lack of significant research proving its efficacy. However, some private insurance companies cover it. Now let's take a look at Asia. In Japan, National Health Insurance System covers a CAR T-cell therapy with 10 to 30% cost out of patients' pockets depending on their age and income. In South Korea, 4 cell therapies are formally approved. In Hong Kong, patients have to rely on the Community Care Fund Medical Assistance Program if they would like reimbursement for such advanced therapies. There are some initiatives in certain countries to make cell therapy more accessible. In the UK, there are innovative industry-government partnerships, pioneering the steps needed to roll out such complex therapies on a country-wide scale. In the EU, the regulation on ATMP in 2007 allows free movement of cell-based regenerative therapies within EU. Research is also important in order to make cell therapy more reliable and predictable. In Australia, money is invested to support translational stem cell research that develops and delivers stem cell medicines. China is the second largest country for CAR T therapy trials. There are ongoing and expected regulatory reforms to accelerate approvals. In the US and Japan, they have research institutions collecting nationwide cell therapy data on recipient, donor, and outcomes. As we have more researches on cell therapy, we believe that cell therapy will become more and more common in the future. After listening to the industry obstacles and how different countries are reacting to it, how do you think we can make cell therapy more accessible?